Good morning to all of you watching out there in Facebook, LinkedIn, and we're so happy to have you on YouTube. I'm coming to you, of course, from Los Angeles, and I am thrilled today because I'm speaking with Angelina Kardash. If you haven't met her, she's an ex-Silicon Valley executive wellness thriver who has recovered from the incurable autoimmune disease. She's a wellness coach and an entrepreneur, and I'm very excited to share my personal secret weapon to reversing my pre diabetic state, to lowering my blood sugar, and releasing nearly 30 pounds. Today, I'm thrilled to share Angelina Kardash with you. Thank you so much, Angelina, for coming to us today.
It's so great to be here with you, Meredith, again. Love you.
I know you're the best. I cannot say enough about you. I know so many people suffering when they don't necessarily need to suffer. I think often there's a gap with education. So let's start at the beginning, if we will, for a little bit about where this all started for you, because your story is really, really miraculous, and how it transformed you and put you on an entirely new path, really, really devoted to helping others with their wellness journeys. Welcome.
Yeah, great question, Meredith. So let me go back to 2016. So I just gave birth to my precious youngest daughter at age 42. And I felt like, I could not be more joyful that time, when you welcome a new life, and especially when it happens later in life, right? So at age like 42, so it brings you so much joy and happiness. And I was so grateful for, this gift in my life. And like every moment that I spent with my newborn baby, during the first 2 months were amazing. And just right at that time, I decided to apply for life insurance. Like you got a new baby and you're applying for life insurance just, to protect yourself, to protect your, your future generations. And by doing that, how you do your routine blood work, right? So, and I discovered that my liver enzymes were just highly elevated. So it
That's
kind of
scary. That's not normal. Let's just put that clear.
that's
Very
that's not
dangerous.
normal. Yeah. So I went to the specialist, and month later I was diagnosed with an incurable liver autoimmune disease. So the long story being short, for the next 8 years I was on a journey to take my health back. And it took me years of research, a lot of trial and error, coaching with holistic doctors and people who recovered from autoimmune diseases, from cancers. And Meredith, they taught me a lot about inflammation being the root cause of all diseases, and how to reduce this level of inflammation, and through the various holistic modalities. I learned a lot about toxins and how they negatively impact our health. And I kind of knew about toxins, but I really didn't have any idea how bad it could be. So just to give you a little bit of perspective, for our listeners, so imagine like having a bucket inside of our body that's filling up every drop with toxins from our daily life, okay, from all this chemical, physical, emotional stress that adds up. And while our immune system can handle some of this toxicity, so like when we get exposed to this chronic exposure to toxins over time, this bucket fills in, and eventually it overflows, and this is where it leads to inflammation and all those symptoms, right? Unexplainable symptoms, because I have that for so many years. And like all these years, Meredith, I was focusing on figuring out how to reduce this level of inflammation, how to clean my body from this toxic exposure. And once I figured this out, I started to get my health back. So, as you know, my story a few years later, I decided to share when I got to recovery, my story. And I hosted this Achieve Optimum Health Summit where I invited top celebrity doctors, like really in holistic health, to speak and to share, how we can reverse chronic diseases just, with the lifestyle and holistic modalities. And I was sharing my stories, and all those doctors, I was fascinated because they agreed to share my stories to their audience, because, they helped me. I worked with, few of them, but I was learning from all those doctors. So again, during this summit, people started to listen, what I did. I mean, they're fascinated by my story and they started to reach out. And this is how I like really got so passionate about helping others. So basically sharing what I did. So I quit my corporate job. It was about like or almost 4 years ago. And this is how I became a wellness coach and a mentor. So, and it's been the best decision that I have ever made, because every day I just witness a lot of transformation. And it's so, so inspiring to see, how people changing their life with learning all those modalities, because I truly believe that regardless of your genes, and this is, where I'm teaching my clients, regardless of your genes, you can totally turn back your chronic conditions and just, to heal. So that's kind of the summary of my story and how I got into the holistic coaching.
Well, I think it would be foolish if we don't share that people can hop into a masterclass. We're going to get into it shortly next week. I'm putting the link so anybody watching can see it right now and knows that they can be with us. I also need to share, when I connected with you, it was at the beginning of this journey, and I am like a really proven success case, because at that time I was pre-diabetic. I was very scared about my blood pressure. I had a history of heart disease, and it's like you were the perfect blessing for me to come into my life. And I never felt more energy than when I learned about the foods and how they affected me. And what I love about you, to your credit, as you mentioned earlier briefly, but I can't say it enough, is you really get the fact that it's not just what we eat. It's what we put into our mind, as you said earlier. It's the toxins we choose to be surrounded in and consume or not. And I wasn't even aware, for instance, that the skin is our biggest organ in our body. So it matters what we put on it and in it, I didn't know that my cholesterol, for example, was deeply affected by my levels of stress, but it's all connected. And
Yes.
yeah, and then I don't know, what were your takeaways for me? I think I was coachable, but I was nervous. There were so many things that were out of my comfort zone that you invited me to try and do. She even had to, this is what a baby I was. You even had to send me like the links to buy the right juicer, because I wanted to start juicing, and it seemed very overwhelming, when you don't know what you're doing. And you were very patient with me, because I think I was tough at
You
times.
were you were amazing in terms of, yes, everyone gets concerned about, okay, how I'm going to do that, especially when we go into the upstream, those more advanced modalities, right? And I mean, and yes, and I tell you, okay, so methodist, we're going to do that. I still remember how you were nervous, but once you got into that, right? So I mean, you were okay. Let's go, 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 go. And I remember how we did. I mean, this different modalities and different protocols, and I mean, your results were fascinating, right? Because I mean, you put basically your mind into that, because it's a lot about the mindset, right? So I mean, just putting your mindset into your healing process and just knowing, okay, so I have the power to change my genes, right? So, and as you just mentioned, I mean, like, I just want to bring this up a little bit more, because like all those toxins. So why those, like, the modalities that we usually hear, I mean, the toxins, with herbs and, other downstream modalities, unfortunately, I mean, they do not work anymore, because I mean, we're just getting more sicker and more toxic with all this new toxic exposure, right? So we get exposed to new chemicals that fuels our body, that blocks our natural detox pathways, and they're changing our DNA, leading to chronic disease and unwanted symptoms, right? And this is why we're ending up with weight loss resistance and hormonal problems, and thyroid conditions and diabetes and chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia that I also had, autoimmune diseases. So really, when we get back to figuring out how to remove the sources, right, this is where
Yes.
we get our health back.
That's amazing. And I think too often we think, oh, it's a quick fix. I'll start eating more bananas. Come on. That's a nice beginning step. You talk about forming very healthy habits is definitely a process. We like to acknowledge that. But at the end of
Yes.
the day, it's a big picture kind of thing. It's not the micro. And I love that you and your program that you'll be teaching coming up really break it down and simplify it in such a way that you're not going to feel overwhelmed. And it's really, really cool. What were you were touching upon some things because you changed your career now, and obviously you're focused on helping people. I'm honored to be a part of many lovely humans that you've really, really served in understanding that there's a, I always like to say in a nice way, a higher level of living, a more intentional, healthy path. And what is the specific process, if there is, and how did your background, for instance, I think this is very interesting, in the tech industry, influence your journey as an entrepreneur?
Yeah. So like I was like 30, 35 years old, like in the heart of Silicon Valley, basically leading a big IT department with engineers all over the globe. And my job was cool. I always share with you like how it was amazing to be in a corporate environment, right? So, and being, the leader and always create all those innovative solutions and building products for different companies, like small and big corporations. But again, I mean, like you've been in corporate as well. And once we get there, how we get overwhelmed with stress and working nights, right? So especially, I mean, I was like working with people in a different time zone, and I really didn't know that time how to unwind. So, and that was one of the problems. So, like, really, I didn't have tools. Like, again, I mean, my job was very fulfilling, right? So, and I hit those, like nightclubs, and I had like wine there and there. So, I mean, again, I mean, we're young, and I didn't know how to manage stress, and it just piled up. I mean, all the stress just piled up. And then, my emotions were all over the place. So I think it's all kind of contributed to the progression of my disease and all those symptoms that I didn't know about. But again, like being also in the Silicon Valley and being involved in building the products, right? So, I mean, this is why I'm so passionate about bringing tech and just bringing tech and innovative solutions to what I teach my clients. So, and you've asked me about my process. So I do have a 7-step process, and I build the product, my own product. So I always build product for someone else, and I build my own product based on this 7-step process that really encompasses the core pillars of cellular health, right? So, and it focuses on optimizing the nutrition. So what you eat, what you drink, how you supplement yourself, how you cleanse from all those toxins, right? How you manage your thoughts, how you rest, how you manage your emotions, how you handle stress, how you stay active. So it's a whole like 7-step protocol. And where mindset, as I said, plays like a very crucial role in this process. So, and again, I mean, just bringing tech, because with the tech, now I am bringing clients the tools to see what's happening inside of their bodies. So they're not, and when we worked together, I didn't have that. So, and you remember, I mean, how I was, teaching you, so marriages, there were some rules, of the nutrition, and you just trusted me. But imagine now that we have this capability to see what's happening inside of our body at every single step. So how you are improving, right? So based on following the 7-step process. And again, I mean, this 7-step process is just, based on what I've learned, through my journey, working, with all those, like a coaches and holistic doctors, right? So, and then figuring out actually the way. And so this is my process. And again, I mean, just the being in corporate and building products influence my ability to bring that now to my clients, and I'm very, very excited about that.
Well, lots of people out there watching are very lucky. And again, I'm going to be sharing a way you can join us next week live. And it's going to be a very exciting time for you to learn things that I certainly didn't know. And every time I work with you, I learn something new. I think that there's something that is inherently human about us that often allows us, not intentionally, of course, but to neglect what's important at times and have trouble with that. So I think one thing as we round out our time together today, I'd like you to share is how you prioritize self-care in both your personal and professional life. Because it can, if we get it twisted, so much goes wrong. So what does the other side of that look like?
Yes, absolutely. Self-care, it's something that really became part of my life. And I cannot really live without that. And currently, that I'm traveling in Eastern Europe and Belarus, and I'm in Minsk right now. And I mean, the first thing that I did, I just signed up for the wellness club. Why I do that? Because I really wanted to, stay on top of my game, because self-care just, it's imprinted in me, and it's so important. When we're young, we really care about our looks and our hair and our manicure. Yeah, it's very important for all of us women, right? But I figured out that self-care, it's something more to that, right? So it's how to every single day to keep my physical, mental, and emotional health in check. It's like really about figuring out and prioritizing yourself in all this chaos of this entrepreneurial life, how we get busy, right, and stressed out and everything else. And I just make sure that I have enough sleep, that I fuel my body with healthy foods, that I read my scriptures, that I stay active, and all those simple, powerful activities has really completely transformed my life, right? So this is I teach about building those small habits, and this is your self-care, right? So like I used to wake up feeling tired regardless of how many hours I slept. But now, I mean, it's just, jump out of bed. I'm really ready to tackle all what life throws at me, especially when I became entrepreneur, and without the self-care, just impossible to get going. It's I don't know, for me it's like discovering this new level of vitality and resilience, I would say, right?
Yes.
So again, I mean, I just cannot live without that. There are those simple things that really, create how I care, for myself. And I know if I stop doing that, I'm in remission. I call it that I reversed it. Yes, I reversed it. My autoimmune marker got down to zero. But I know if I'm not gonna care for myself in a way that I learned through all those years through my journey, so my disease will come back. And this is what we see just overall, right? So like I see it in my community, because I was in a community of people who reverse cancers, like 4 stage of cancer. And that we have cancer cells, every one of us, right? So I mean, but people who cured cancer, so they basically in remission. And this is why they're so focused on continue caring for themselves as a lifestyle. And this is what I'm so passionate about. So just to show people that it's in our power to reverse diseases, and actually to stay on top of our game and be vital, and look amazing and feel amazing, right? So, and this is, we do it with the power of self-care, with the power of building all those healthy habits. Of course, I mean, like figuring out how we can remove toxins. And this is, I'm so passionate about this challenge next week, but we're going to talk just in a second. So yeah, self-care, it's something that I've built, and I'm so proud of it, and I just keep it as my core, and I cannot live without it.
I love it. I think that what I hear you saying is there are some things that can fall to the wayside in the day, but self-care cannot be last. It must be prioritized. And I will tell you
Yes.
that we were debating whether or not to share this publicly, but I'm an open book. Angelina helped me get into the best state I've ever been in, and not only the thinnest, but the most vibrant. The joy that erupts when you're feeling your best is extraordinary. But a little while after working with Angelina, I had a series of deaths. I moved, so many things that are just life take us down. And I found myself diabetic after a couple of health challenges. And I actually reach out to Angelina because when you stray, you can't pretend you always have it. And so the most wonderful thing is that what you taught me, I need to get back to, and so I'm getting back. and I'm actually in a much better state than I was last year. But this is life. So this is a great reason, if you're interested, to see what works. Angelina has an opportunity for you. I'm going to drop this again if you're just tuning in, so you can see the link on how you can join us. And so you can look for that in the comments. But Angelina, tell us how people can get connected next week with us.
Absolutely. I'm super excited about it because we are hosting this new challenge. So we hosted that in June and it was a huge success. A lot of people reached out that they missed the challenge. Okay, Angelina, when are you guys doing it again? So it's called Revitalize Summer Detox Challenge. It's a 4 days challenge. Okay, so and it's about empowering you to take control of your health, to boost energy, to look and feel amazing. So I'm really gonna show you the easy way how you can lose those, like a 20 plus pounds, how you can look 10 years younger, how you can detox yourself. So it's about holistic advanced protocols, but scientific. So this is based on the latest science of 15 years of the latest research. So, and I will explain and show you how you can easily start changing your health. And this challenge is going to be showing you how to use my 7-step method that I just talked about. And I'm also bringing with me my partner, and she is in Meredith. She met her, so she is a celebrity, a medical doctor. She's a like a practicing physician. She's a surgeon, and she also very, very holistic. So I mean, she's not that kind of doctor that will prescribe the medications. No, she will share about the scientific approach, how we help people. So I'm super excited about bringing her and letting you meet her and answer all your desired question that you can bring. So think about anything that like really burning for you, that you want to improve in your health and wellness. So, and we're so excited to meet with you. So it's going to be over 4 days. So we're going to start at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then we're going to switch over for people who will sign up for the VIP. And I highly suggest to sign up for the VIP, because during the VIP challenge, on top of getting all our amazing gifts, you guys are going to have one-on-one time, exclusive time with me and with the doctor, so we can answer all your burning questions. We can coach you one-on-one, so you're going to get some concierge coaching from both of us. And the doctor is going to come and share some amazing modalities as well that you can only get through her concierge coaching with her clients. So it's going to be amazing. So if you're really guys looking to take control of your health, or sign up, I highly encourage you to sign up for the VIP challenge. And Meredith is going to share up the link. Again, just 1 hour every single day. Come and hang out with us, 10 a.m. 1 hour.
And this kicks off on what date? I believe it's the
15th. So July 15th, Monday through Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to be live for 4 days. 1 hour, you're going to sign up for VIP. So you're going to spend with us 2 hours, and you're going to get all our toolbox. So super excited about getting this event back.
Again, if you want to change your life, educate yourself. It starts with learning. And what I love about Dr. Rustamova and Angelina Kardash are they're such a nice marriage of science and holistic care, which, if you're not familiar with the word holistic, it's this beautiful marriage of the knowledge of what regular doctors, as Dr. Rustamova is a traditional doctor, but also that herbs and vitamins can often be a solution as well. And your lifestyle is such a part of your healing and wellness journey. So all of these things are going to be addressed. I love the idea that people can be in a VIP experience as well. So be sure to click the link. We've put it up on the screen. Send us a direct message if you have any questions before next week. I know Angelina and I would love, love, love to see you there. And I just want to thank you. Any parting words for anybody on the fence to make the time? It's just an hour. An hour each day is so easy.
Yeah, just one more thing is that the modalities and basically what we're going to share, you're not going to hear anywhere, not from your fitness guru, even the holistic guru, because here we're going to teach you about cellular rejuvenation. Okay, this is the latest science, that's we've been, working with, for the, like a recent year or so. This is very new, this is very recent, and it has so much power to change your health. So I'm so, excited to share with you this, cellular rejuvenation modalities and using the power of your cells to take control of your health. So super excited about that.
So excited. And I hope to see all of you watching for our 4-day Revitalize Summer Detox Challenge kicking off next week. You can register today and leading up to it. And we hope to see you live right here online in a private room. And we will be sure to answer as many questions as possible in our time together. Thank you so much, Angelina. Thank you for helping me regain my health. Not once, but twice. She keeps coming back. She's always there for you. And I just love that about you. And your heart is so big. So thank you to everybody watching. And remember, find the courage to take care of yourself and shine. That's what the Meredith Show is about. And Angelina lives her life dedicated to it. And we're just delighted to be with you today. And we'll see you again very soon next week. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Take care.
Thank you, Angelina.